Hello, everyone, and welcome to CC the Architect and the Designer. My name is Tyler Fox. I'm an architect at JM2 Architecture.
And I'm Marisa of Marisa Orlich Interiors.
And today we will be talking about the question we both probably get asked most often. What do we do? Sounds like such a simple question, but when you really think about all the things that each of us do for our clients, it can be quite complex.
Quite complex, much more than just the title of architect or designer. I think we both get our hands involved in many more projects and
Oh,
many
yeah.
more aspects of the design than we think we were. And yeah, we can just solidify a little bit more about our everyday life.
Exactly. Which, like our days even today, our days are comprised of so many different types of meetings and events and networking. It's more than just, are we at the design board, right? Are we looking at finishes? Are we looking at, these big grand designs and these new buildings? I'll tell you, a majority of my time spent is a combination of sitting at my desk, actually doing plans, and then also proposals and reviewing invoicing perhaps, and also networking, right? A big part of what we do is networking. So a big part of that is getting our name out, doing things like what we're doing right now. We're educating and helping our clients understand what we do. It's so much more than just design. And I
Right.
think for us, it's the type of project that we do more often is a legalization, which is wild to even think about that. Most of the work we do in our office is helping our clients fix and legalize things that they have done in the past to their property.
Right.
And that could be a deck that was built on their house 30 years ago that they need a permit for, or it could be the finished basement for their children that they never got legalized, but now that they're potentially selling their home, this is something that they have to do.
Right. So JM2 Architecture is not doing as much as they would like to be doing new builds
New buildings.
every day.
I wish we were
They
doing
are
more new buildings.
fixing mistakes and making things up to code and compliant. And in conclusion, you are
Doing it all.
doing it all.
Yeah, and that's a really good point is code compliance.
Mm-hmm.
It's the education.
Mm-hmm.
What does code compliance mean? When we start our projects, we have to look at, is this to code? What do we have to do to bring it to code? Because what they did maybe 30 years ago isn't compliant today, but
No.
maybe it was 30 years ago. And how does that affect what we do
Right.
from the start?
Yes. Shag carpet was really great 30 years ago.
But today,
not so much today.
I mean, it depends, I guess.
It depends the space.
Yeah, it depends. So what about yourself? Now, we're more on the architect side.
You are.
And you're in the interior designing side.
Right.
So how is that different and what do you do?
So even though we both handle people and their needs and everything, I think I come in, and I mean this in the politest way, but in a more personal way because of the fact that I'm in with the clients when they're really discussing how they live in their homes and really how they need their homes, or I do a ton of renovations. So I already have existing spaces and it's not working for them, whether it's their kids are growing, they're outgrowing the space, they need to flip a bedroom and to make it work for a teenager, or they had a bathroom that was a single sink and now we're making a double vanity to accommodate two daughters. Like, it's constantly thinking outside the box of how we can make this, they're staying in the home, and how we can make it more functional or how we can make it more beautiful at the same time without losing the functionality of it.
Yeah, and I would even say, because we get asked also, not only what do you do as an architect and a designer, but how are you different? When do I need an architect? When do I need a designer?
In the beginning.
Well, right from the start.
In the beginning.
Absolutely. Anybody has any idea, if you have an idea of what you want to do, get us involved as soon as possible.
Yes, yes. I feel as if we get involved too far late and the contractor is making design decisions or architectural decisions that are not in compliance with the town codes. And because each town on Long Island is comprised of different codes and violations and
Yeah.
everything that, but as an architect, you are a bit more keen on some of them, that
Hmm.
I think having us come in the beginning where we can really steer the direction of how they want to use the space,
Right.
either in design wise or color wise, because how you are laying out the space and how I am laying out the space, I think is probably different.
Yeah, to an
Um,
extent.
hmm.
And like you said, get us involved early. No offense to our contractor friends out there.
They're
We don't
gonna,
want them making design decisions, right? Because you're right, the code compliance is such a big part of it. And
yeah.
we've both been brought into situations too late.
Hmm.
You certainly would be brought in much later than I would. Um, but at the end of the day, there are things that we have to change that have already been completed.
Hmm.
My favorite is when people start knocking down walls in their house that
Hmm.
are load-bearing walls. Well, if you maybe had an architect involved, we could better design your room to accommodate a header to hold up the ceiling and the roof of your house.
You're saying all the key words
I'm
that
saying all those
homeowners,
keyword open concept.
open
That's a great
concept,
word.
load bearing wall.
Yeah, yeah, all
Hmm.
the HGTV
Yeah.
sayings,
Hmm.
but it's all true. And I think one of the biggest differences between us is what we do as licensed architects is we get permits.
Hmm.
So, to the broadest sense of what do, we get you permits, we get you
Hmm.
COs. As much as I'd love to say, we design beautiful spaces because we do, the big umbrella overarching thing is we get you permits, and that
Hmm.
could be so many things because as you all know, you need a permit for almost anything now.
Yes, you do. You do. And I need you because I could be designing a beautiful bathroom, but if I'm bringing in a tub that weighs a lot more than the existing tub that was originally there,
Yeah,
you need to tell me that I can't use this, or we need to ground the floor underneath in such
exactly.
a way.
Hmm.
So that's where we work in synergy together. And at the beginning, like you said, because it just helps make more decisions.
Yeah.
And I find that clients hire me because they have so much going on and they don't know where to start. And there's multiple projects. I mainly specialize in renovations, even though I'll do small things like window treatments, fast flips of like paint consultations
Hmm.
or refreshing rooms. But my meat and potatoes, my favorites are the
Of
renovations,
course.
which do take time and
Hmm.
everything, but um, I don't think it's uncommon for my jobs to be down to the studs and then we rebuild it back
Exactly.
up.
Yeah.
And we do everything in the sense of we're picking flooring, we're picking millwork, we're designing custom furniture, we are doing wallpaper,
Hmm.
lighting schemes, like all of it. And
I like
they're,
to say as much or as little as our clients want us to do,
yeah.
because with every line item that you just mentioned comes a cost,
Hmm.
right? And that's a whole nother topic. But
A whole nother topic of,
there's so many different things that we're able to do. It's
yeah.
what's the best fit for the client,
Hmm.
what's the best fit for the project. Every project is so unique, as we both know,
Right.
has different criteria for what's required and what potentially the client might want to do.
Hmm.
If we do a project, we have the ability to do renderings. People love to see what the final product will
Hmm.
potentially look like. But that's a cost. That's not required. I don't have to do a rendering for the town necessarily,
Hmm.
for the building department, but our clients like to see the renderings and the contractors like to see the renderings because they can see what am I building. But not everyone could read plans either. So
Hmm.
it's nice to have that pretty picture.
Yeah, renderings are really great because it really encompasses that this fabric is going on this couch and this couch is going here
Right.
because it's a better function in the room of the flow of the room, the space. So
Hmm.
renderings are great, and I will also do them for certain projects.
Exactly.
And yeah.
Yeah, those big renovations
Hmm.
are key for us. New construction, key.
Hmm.
Absolutely, you have to have some sort of visual, even for the town, because the town isn't going to improve a building if they don't really know what it looks like.
Hmm.
So I think we just kind of skim the surface of all the things that we do, and I think the commonality is get us involved early.
Hmm.
That's that's constant with every project.
Yes.
And we like to say, even if you're not sure where to start, that you should give us a call. Let us know. Follow us
There,
on LinkedIn, send us a DM, and we'll
hmm
be able to help.
yeah, the more you know. It is so much more of we can steer you in the right direction of where to go or where you should be going, or, oh, you would want us involved, or no, you'd want to call this person first, or you'd
Hmm.
want to call them. So,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So I think this is a really great topic. And to all of our viewers, if you have any questions, feel free to comment below, share our videos, and
Hmm.
we love to see the support, and we'd love to answer more of your questions. So again, I'm Tyler Fox from JM2 Architecture,
And I'm Marissa of Marisa Orlich Interiors.
and don't forget to CC the architect and the designer.